Hello you beautiful noodles and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalieha if you are new, and if you are new, on Saturdays what I do are Sat Chat videos. Walk into the room and I feel the stairs. You're wondering if the talent claimed is really here. Sat Chat videos are where I sit down and just talk about something that's been heavy on my mind, and it usually deals with something about wellness, making ourselves better people as a unit, and just things that, make us better people as a unit. So let's get into today's making us better people as a unit. Today I am talking about how to make your New Year's resolutions stick. Now, the reason why I use the quotation marks are because what I've noticed is that if I don't label something a New Year's resolution, I don't feel pressured to continuously pretend that it's actually working or it's going good. What I've started doing is just saying I have a new goal, because we make new goals throughout the year, and those goals don't have the heavy stigma of people expect us to just drop off doing them in the long run anyway. So I first off don't label it as a New Year's resolution. I just say this is my new goal. So let's get started on our new goals. The second thing I do is write it down. For me, whenever I write something, I have the physical memory of actually moving my hand to write it, to, this is something that I have to do. That's why I am such a big advocate for planners, no matter the type of planner you use, but I always love a handwritten planner. This year I started bullet journaling. If you guys are interested in seeing how I do my bullet journal layouts, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I would love to show you my layouts. I follow a couple of bullet journal YouTubers, and I always like to take something from each one of those things and make my bullet journal my own, because what I found is that when I was trying to follow theirs exactly, I got so overwhelmed that it didn't work. Like, it wasn't clicking. When I would go to use it, it just didn't fit personally with me, so I felt like I was literally using someone else's planner. And the whole reason I got into bullet journaling is because I wanted to do a planner that was more personal to me. And again, if you guys want to hear more about my bullet journals, anything like that, let me know. I can possibly do that for a Wildcard Wednesday video. The third thing I do after I write down my new goal is I set up accountability parameters. This can be anything from telling people what your goals are to making sure that you see your goals every day without you even having to, without even trying to look for them. So what I've been doing lately is I've been going to the gym. I was going to the gym towards the end of the year and I really fell off, and then when I went back home I was eating absolutely terribly, which, I mean, during the holidays you're totally free to do that. Everybody should want to do that anyway. It's like the holidays are just a giant cheat day, even though I don't like cheat days, so we'll talk about that later. But I felt it was like comfort food. It felt great. I was at home. This is what I eat when I'm at home. Anyways, aside from all of that, so I'm working out, and what I've been doing recently is that I will tag people on my Instagram that I have said, hey, I'm going to work out every day of the week except for Sunday. Sunday is my day of rest. It's written, it's biblical. Sunday is a day of rest. So on Sundays I don't go to the gym, but I also do a lot of walking on Sundays anyway, so it's not like I'm not being active. But as far as going to the gym, Sunday is my day of just chilling out. So I tag people on my Instagram story. I make sure to just get a quick pic of me being in the gym every day, and I found that this is actually a lot more motivating than I thought it would be. I thought that it would start to freak me out, like, oh my god, I have to take a picture, I have to tell people that I'm working out. But it's so rewarding, because in me doing this, I've actually encouraged a couple of other people to start working out too, and they're like, hey, I want to be added to your list, like, let me know when you're going. And then it starts to become more about, less about you and more about other people, which should be our whole emphasis of life anyway. Again, that's another video. The fourth thing that I've done to make my new goals continuously obtainable is that I don't beat myself up if I start to slack off or I don't work towards what my goal is. One of the things that I've been working towards this year haven't talked about this yet, is that I'm trying to do a swimwear revamp for the swimwear line that I have. And I've totally fallen behind on the schedule that I gave myself. And at one point I started to beat myself up and I was like, well, I guess you gotta wait until next year. It's like, no, I just have to prioritize my time better, because there's times when I'm doing one thing and I could totally be working on something that is a lot more productive. And not to say that I don't give myself time to rest and time to just sit around and watch TV, because I do that, I have that, but I know that I still need to have these times of productivity, especially if this is a goal that I'm working towards, or if this is something that I want to be big in the future. So I know that there's sacrifices that have to be made. So just not beating myself about not always working, but also remembering that I do still need to do work. So we gotta carve out some time to do that work. The fifth thing I do, which, hear me out, probably should have been closer to the beginning, but that's fine, is that I remind myself that I need to make realistic goals. And I keep my goals realistic. So say I wanted to, I don't know, read 200 books this year. I know that I'm not going to read 50 books in 1 month. So just splitting out my goals, giving them like time frames that are realistic for me and the life that I live, totally help. I've wanted to read more, so what I've done inside of my little bullet journal is I have a tracker where I actually write down if I read something that day. And I consider this something to be a leisure reading. So if it's something that I have to read for work, or something that I need to read to brush up on my skills on how to do a certain thing, I don't necessarily count that towards my reading for that day. I have been trying to remember to bring a book with me on the subway when I'm going to work, so I'm not scrolling through social media while I'm on my way to work, but I'm actually reading, giving my eyes a rest, because I look at computers all day. And that rest that I give my eyes helps on the days that I actually remember to bring the book to read on the train. So, being realistic about my goals. And the last way that I make sure that I continue to work towards a goal is remember that it's possible that it won't be completed in the time frame that I have allotted. A lot of times I know that we have this lofty goal in mind, or even when we make our goals realistic, it just doesn't happen in the time frame that we gave it, and that can be extremely discouraging, especially when you know that you did all the work that you were supposed to do, you were consistent, you worked at it all day, all night, like that's what you did. It's totally possible that that goal just you just don't reach that goal, and that's fine. I think that we get so pressured into not only reaching goals, but consistently reaching goals. We don't give ourselves time to breathe. It feels like you always have to be doing something. You always have to be moving forward, which, yes, it's good to be moving forward, but it doesn't have to be in a way that drags you down and drains you and makes you you start to become annoyed with your own goals, if that makes any sense. Like, you start to see things that you want to do, and now because it's not done in the time frame or the way that you wanted it to be done, you in your brain are like, well, it's unattainable, I can't do it. And that's not true. It's just there are points in time in life where you're not meant to be at that goal because there's something else that you need to work on. So just give yourself space to fail. That's really what it all boils down to. To make sure that you always reach your goals is give yourself space to fail, because you may reach a different goal by failing another goal, and that's totally okay. Like, it sounds almost crazy, which it probably is, but just remember, one, that if you don't reach the goal, it's fine. You have time to reach it. And two, don't do the exact same thing you did the last time and think that it's going to change to get to this new goal, because as a lot of people like to say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a new result. You can't keep trying to reach a goal the same way and expect a different result. You have to reevaluate that goal and honestly, is this something that you need to do? Because sometimes we really want to reach a goal or have a milestone, and it has nothing to do with what we're trying to do in the long run of our lives. We're just doing it because we see other people doing it and we see other people working towards it, and it's like, oh, well, you know, they can do that, so I can do that. And it has nothing to do with your long term. So always remember your long term. Like, what's your end goal? What is your end goal? What is it that you truly want to do with your life? And just make sure that the goals that you're setting align with what you want to do with your life. So that's all that I have in regard to how to make sure that you're consistently reaching and working towards your new goals. Here is a list of what those steps are, because of course at some point in this video I forgot what I said. We love honesty. I hope that this video helped you all in some way, and if it did, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And if you really love the video, be sure to like it. And if you want to be here for all of my other videos, I do videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!